Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Berto, my guy. What's up, my dude? Yo, it seems like I'm having some technical difficulties on my end for some reason. They were saying that our business line, um, it seems like that we're not connected to the business line. I'm so sorry, everybody. What's going on? Having some quick difficulties for 1 second. I'll be right with you. Boy, I tell you, technology today, you could never guess what will happen. It's like a box of chocolates, right, Bert? We just never know what we're gonna get. What's going on? I see y'all on our private line. Good to see everybody. Good to see you all. Give me 1 quick second, and I'll be right with you. Just trying to figure out what in the world was this going on here. Oh boy. Okay, so StreamYard is saying that they got us covered. Ba-ba-ba. Seems like that I logged out into another account. You're saying, oh boy, okay. Well, listen, I can't do this right now. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Listen, now give me 1 second. Be right with you. Ah, okay. Did not mean to start late. I hate starting late. I don't like not starting on time. All right. So let me get this together here. All right. I see three of you. What's going on? Good to see you, Sylvia. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. All right. So, all right. Cool. Give me 1 second. All right. I see you all coming in. Good to see you. Good to see you. If you can, just like and share your page. I would really appreciate that. About to appear to you in like a good 2 seconds. All right. And I guess one too, right? What's up, everybody? Oh, okay. I shared my page. Didn't mean to. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, everybody? Good to see y'all. Good to see you. Listen, oh, my boy Nice is on the line. Hey, hey. So listen, y'all, I'm having some difficulties right now. I cannot straighten it out while being online because they were saying that for some reason the business line have been disconnected, and I don't know why. And while I'm talking to you, I'm actually trying it, and they keep telling me StreamYard has lost access to Facebook account. Okay. All right. So StreamYard is, I guess we're going to have to straighten that out. But what's up, y'all? Like and share your page if you can. I would really, really appreciate that. And if anything, hopefully people can go on YouTube. What's going on, y'all? So let's get this started because I'm already behind time. And I just want to make sure I got this together. Do I? I do. Y'all doing, look, y'all seeing this in real time. Like this is like straight authenticity. You feel what I'm saying? And anybody who's gonna do a YouTube page or if you're gonna have a podcast, remember these moments from Donald Francis so you'll know, yeah, this is something I might have to encounter. Because here's another thing too. Can I show you something? Show you a quick trick, but actually right after this, all right? Right after this, we'll show you the quick nice tricks that we got today and all that. You know what I'm saying? So listen, welcome to Manifestos Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality. Our starting goals here is to help 500 people to help them to bring their imagination into reality, meaning your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, anything that you want to do. This we want to coach you through that and help you out. You're not going to only see us here, but you'll see us on It's Life Podcast. We're helping people get along with other people. Go check it out. If you like short films and skits and stuff like that, you want to go right here to It's All You TV, ITZALLYOU TV. If you can't catch us all week, you might be able to catch us right here on Channel 49 TV. You see what I'm saying? At Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Donald Francis. It's so nice to meet you with much gratitude, peace, blessings, and all of that good stuff. If you can, do me a favor, just like and share your page. What's up, everybody? What's going on? So, yo, guess what? I was excited, and that's probably why one thing had malfunctioned because not only can you see me from the front, but guess what, y'all? You can see me right here in real time. Bars. You feel what I'm saying? And so we're just sitting here, and this is what it looked like. This is exactly what it looked like. This is what I look like. And as you can all see, I have my my tablet here. I have my laptop here, and this is where I'm watching you guys. I got all of what I do as far as my notes right here, and then I can see you right here in real time also. But I hate when we do it so like fast. So how about we just smoothly go into that, and then smoothly come back into this, like. But look, y'all, good to see y'all. Not gonna hold you long today. We are being authentic, and I want to talk to y'all from the heart today. And before we get started, do me a favor, tell me what you're drinking today. I'm drinking coffee, and I don't think that this time I'm going to spill it. So listen, I'm going straight authentic today because this is something that we're talking from the heart, and I want to just share with you what's been given to me. Negative mental space today is the thing that we want to take a look at, and we want to get out of our way. We want to get this out of our system. And this year, 2024, you want to get negative mental space, out of your agenda. You don't want to have that. You don't want that to be in your memoir. You don't want that in your repertoire. You don't want that in your plans. In order for us to make it, the first thing we have to learn how to do is get rid of mental space, mental negative space, and if you're around negative people, this might be that type of year that you say deuces to people, for real, because at the end of the day, I realize that we've been doing it year by year by year and saying, oh, maybe they changed. And then you let them back in your life. And all of a sudden the same thing happened again. You're like, all right, you know what? It's not you. It's me. It's me. So today we want to talk about some of this stuff. And like I oftentimes tell you all, my ideal audience are talking to people I used to be. So I can't sit there and tell you that I can talk to billionaires and millionaires yet, because I'm on my way. I'm on my way. In fact, I'm sorry. I do know what it is to talk to billionaires and millionaires, because I'm talking to y'all bars, So let's talk about some of this stuff. And but before we do this, I wanted to get this out of the way real quick. I want to bring you a quick announcement from our sponsor. All right.
They think we're the problem.
I know, all right, I know.
We got Jay.
Tommy is a good cop. He's one of our own.
This is a direct response to all the pain we carry.
What did I do?
Well, since you don't remember, I'm gonna help you out.
Tommy, you didn't think he was gonna let him and his friend do it.
We just need to talk to him about it.
Find him!
Judah should be the last of your brothers.
Order in my courtroom now.
Yes, sir. That's a short film that's coming up from Real Block Films. Our boys, Clyde Sally, Dave Kiernes, John Aronson, who's now part of America's new network. They have a wonderful motion picture called Love. When you go there, do me a favor, you can download the app and look for that icon, and you will find it. All right. And when you find it, then take a look and enjoy. Everything's going to be great there. So listen, I want to talk about this for a quick second, because I've had so much concerns. And I realized that even this past Christmas, that there have been so many people who seem so angry. And I never knew, around Christmas time for us, we used to have it really, really good. Around Christmas time, we used to have Christmas carolers. We used to have people decorating. People seem to be more nice than any other time of the year. But this past year, 2023, have been kind of crazy, because it seemed to me that we see so many angry people out here. And I'm from Red Hook Projects, originally. I don't live there now, but I'm from Red Hook Projects originally, for those of you who, see the replay, and those that don't know us. And I realized that it's been so much that people have accumulated. And I've realized that, your environment is everything. Your environment is so important. I remember the time that I used to work security for Summit Security, as a matter of fact. And they used to send me to the Armory over there on Park Avenue in Manhattan. And the Armory, what they have, sometimes they have like new, displays, and people who are rich will come and take a look at the display and see what they want to buy. And at this particular category, they had what they call watches. And it wasn't the just the watch. They had the Coach watches out there. They had the Rolex. Oprah had watches. They had other sport gear watches and stuff like that. Swiss watches, Swiss watches and stuff like that. They had a lot of watches out there. But it wasn't the watches that was so cool. What was so cool was what they decorated around the watches to be able to sell the watches. And I think that that's very, very important because see, people know, that if you decorate around whatever the product is, if it looked good, then the actual product could look that much better. And so there are people who came, they had displays, and Oprah had like a bling bling area with all the crystal glass, but then the watch was sort of iced out, and they had this other Coach watch, and there was a sporty, big sporty car, but for a little watch. And so I realized that the environment says a lot about either what the person is or what potentially the person can become. You feel what I'm saying? And so before, when you were born with not even a conscience, except the fact that you knew nothing about murder, you knew nothing about curse words, you knew nothing about sexual activities, you knew nothing about drinking, you knew nothing about pranks, you knew nothing about anything wrong, stealing, what I'm saying, which is theft and all. You knew nothing about that until we were born into this world. And of course, we born into the world now, you start to find out, mommy and daddy curse, uncle and auntie, they fight. I'm saying? Your cousin is drunk. I'm saying? Uncle, pops like to go out there and shoot people, depending upon, and this is not everybody's life. And again, I'm not stereotyping. I'm just talking about where we've come from, where I've come from, and I realized that there were people who, we couldn't even get together. And this is where I want to get to. We couldn't even get together, even as a family because of our environments, and we were around a gated community. So it was only one way in, one way out. You get what I'm saying? And so, but everybody knew everybody, and rest assured, if Tyrell, who's on the line, was in my neighborhood, I might have known his girlfriend before he knew his girlfriend, and vice versa, because we were all together and we all knew each other. We same hood, same school system, except the fact that you took the yellow bus somewhere else. My point is that there were a lot of stuff that were picked up, in that particular complex and area. A lot of stuff. I've witnessed shooting. I've witnessed people, killing. I witnessed people having fights. I witnessed debates. I witnessed people turning a great thing into something bad. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just kind of crazy because, again, and this is not judging. It's just that this is the ingredient of how we can develop negative space in our mind. Things happen to us. We try to do the right thing. Somebody stole money from us. Somebody stole our wallet. So we misplaced our wallet. You found out somebody, picked it up. You knew the person who picked it up. They gave you the wallet with no money in it. And, they're going to say, I found it with no money in it, knowing that they took the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot of stuff that have been taking place, And with that being said, I mean, there are people, to some degree who, they just didn't want to do the right thing because of what they've grown up in and or under. You feel what I'm saying? And it's kind of bad. It's really kind of sad because, again, these are the things that we picked up, and we've, picked up insecurity along the line. We picked up a lot of what we think about people before we get a chance to even speak to them. Our thinking now become what our experiences were, and so things that took place in a bad way, you couldn't help but to think about something bad when we did something good. People who sold drugs, if they found another life or a new life, because the new life that they found, which is to get a regular 9-to-5 job or to start their own business and, to come around people who are like-minded people who won't steal from you, who won't do certain things to you. They felt that the life felt so good because they were in such a bad life to the point that they felt that they were going to die only because life have now turned for the better. And now it's good, and they knew nothing about what a good life was. You get what I'm saying? Or about, period. Why? Because they felt that it couldn't be. Sometimes depending upon what happens in your life and how you feel will make you feel like that the other side, there is no other side to any good because of where we are. You feel what I'm saying? It makes you feel like that you're obsolete, and then for a person like myself, and today I'm just speaking from the heart today. And for a person like myself who came up in special ed, I mean, really struggled through school, had dyslexia, even at almost 50, sometimes my dyslexia kick in and I start to say something opposite to what it was that I thought. Every now and again it happens. You feel what I'm saying? And And then developed a stuttering situation. Like, where did that come from? I never had that when I was in my 20s. I'm like, yo, what's going on with this? And I think that the older we get, and I just want to be vulnerable to y'all today, just for a few minutes, because I feel that somebody, won't understand the ingredients of how you accumulate negativity in your mind, without it even being your fault. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times there are things that you have in your mind that's not your fault. We'll get to that. So for me, I always used to feel like I wasn't good enough for anybody. I thought that I was always the dumbest person in the class, not the best person in the class. And I also was someone that, because of my insecurities, and that's the reason why today you're looking at miracles. And that's the reason why I'm like, no, please, I don't care about subscriber base like that. If I get to that 200, subscriber base, that'd be great, because that'd make me do, more stuff. But I didn't care about the views and stuff like that. I just cared about being able to punch fear in the face, turn a camera on, let alone to it. In fact, I have another one here. And in fact, I have another one here. See, and that's not supposed to display. Oh, my battery's going dead, so I don't have it on another. And I thought that would happen. But listen, my thing is, I never thought that I would go on. You feel what I'm saying? And talk to people and try to give value. And read stuff and do all of this stuff and teach my sons and all that. I never, that's how I always felt. Since a kid, I thought that for some reason, I was never ever good enough, and I, being let go from a job or two, making me feel like, well, I'm the weakest link. You feel what I'm saying? And so again, I don't know if anybody on the line have ever felt that way. If you do me a favor, can you be honest with me and give me the thumbs up? Have you ever felt like, yo, listen, everybody will get there first before you. And if you start to get a breakthrough, it's because everybody else is on their way up. You're like the last of the Mohegans. And again, sometimes you can think this way. This is how you feel. Make you feel like, yo, listen, you obsolete, like you don't belong, And if you work on jobs, and I've never gotten fired from jobs, like, but when I had to part ways from my last job, it's sort of like, took me for a loop and brought me back to that little boy state as to where, am I good enough? And am I able to do, stuff? Am I able to, help other people out? And if I'm not good enough for other people, sure enough, beside God himself, I should be good enough to work for me, which lands me here. So I just, made an LLC on what it is that I love best, and I'm pitching my shot to see what happens in 3 years, to see if it's that scalable, and, to give people. And I learned, y'all, and that's the reason why for me, you can put yourself in a negative space, because everything that you've ever been haunted by when you were young will come back in your adult stage and haunt you yet again, if you can find, or if you can find an opening spot, So sometimes you might get what for those of you who are married, and for those of you who are not married, you got your friend, you got your spouse, and, y'all arguing about this and arguing about that. Your spouse can say one or two things that can trigger that little boy, that little girl inside of you, your insecure state. You feel what I'm saying? To the point that you're like, wow, then maybe it is true. Maybe I am not good enough, And again, that's why I'm so glad. For me, and it's not for everybody. Listen, for those of you on YouTube, those of us on Facebook, whatever, I know that we're talking to people who are not even believers, and some people who are believers, but I'm not here to preach to anybody, right? But that's why I'm glad I found Christ, because he made me to understand that I am worth it. You got what I'm saying? And I have something to share to people. And these are the elements, and these are the ingredients that will cause you to feel like you'll always have a negative space in your mind and have negative connotation about everything. You ever been around, a place where, things are going good, or you decided to think, I want to do something good, something positive, something great. But then it's like that other side of your brain that says, but what if it don't work out? What if people find out? What if you might become the laughing stock? What if? And so again, these are the things that we got to take a look at. And today I'm off brand. I'm not going on my regular scheduling the way I would, but we will end off at exactly 11:30, because again, I just felt like a need to speak from my heart. And then two, what happens when you're at that vulnerable stage, in that vulnerable moment, you'll find out that every time that you come up with a great idea, and you want to share your great idea with other people, let me tell you what happens in the interim of that. And that is, you'll find for those of them who are not interested or they don't like your idea would come around and say, well, I wouldn't do it that way. And, or that's good, but, and it's like, okay, listen, if they got influence over you, they could pretty well influence you out of the very thing that's your $1 million door out of, whatever it is that you're in, and so you'll sometimes have people who will talk about and say, yeah, that's cool, but I don't do it this way because, and yeah, the podcast is good, but I don't watch podcasts. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, you don't think that that's a good idea. You don't think that you watch podcasts, but how about trillions of other people? Because you're not the only person who live on this earth. So tip right there for you. That's something I would have said at the end. Don't allow for anybody to influence you out of whatever it is that you feel that might be a good idea. Because if it's a good idea for you, try it before you knock it. You feel what I'm saying? Or try it before you tell somebody and they knock it, And so if they don't do it, understand it's not for them. By the way, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate, because other people might not care too much about what you're into. And that's fine, because I found that if you try to reach everybody, you'll turn around and reach nobody. But understand the people who are like you, who are looking to hear what you have to say, because they have the same issues and they just need somebody to say, it's okay. You will survive. Look at me. Look at you. We're still living in 2024. So my objective today is to try to get people to get rid of the thinking of last year, the year before, the year before that, the year before that, and try something new, like think positive for a change. Instead of talking yourself out of and saying it's not going to work because of negative people around you, how about first get rid of them? If I'm spitting bars already, because there comes a time that you'll find yourself trying it the way that they say it, or they try it. And then it's not working for you because it just doesn't fit you. If you wear a size 10.5 sneaker, don't allow for somebody else to put you back in a size 7 or 7.5, because your feet's going to hurt. Your dreams, your ideas are bigger than anybody else's opinion. You feel what I'm saying? It's bigger than anybody else's opinion. Anybody. You feel me? So at the end of the day, don't fret about what anybody else is saying. So listen, I begin to think about that. And I want to come back and finish this. Let me just give you one quick commercial, and we'll be right back. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Donald Francis, and welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast, where we're helping people bring their imagination into reality. Yo, we're already giving away gifts, and we're only a few subscribers in. The only thing you have to do is go to manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com. One more time, manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com. After you do that, you'll type in giveaways and type in one of the topics that we talked about on our platform. And bam, it's over. Just like that. Back to the program.
Gonna hit the ground running.
Yeah, everybody, let me tell you. So tell me what you're drinking today. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking coffee, and I made sure I got my mug that says nothing, no name, because I'm not being branded or I'm not being sponsored, by it. So listen, I'm drinking my nice coffee today, and I just wanted to talk to everybody about this. I feel like, today somebody really need to be encouraged about why, they're in a negative state of mind to feel that they can't make it, and I want you to know you can make it, you could do it. So again, finishing up my story, so sometimes people could make you feel like you're not good enough by saying to you, don't do that, or don't do it that way, or it won't work this way. How do you know? You haven't tried it. And in fact, you talking about me and you're being negative about the things that I'm trying, but champ, you sitting there watching me do it. What are you doing? Like I tell people all the time, listen, I don't have no time to be looking at Facebook and scrolling to see what other people are doing, not because I'm afraid of their success or anything like that. But when you're focused on your vision and you focused on what it is that you have to do, you ain't got no time to be scrolling on Facebook and YouTube going, oh, let's look at this and look, unless it have anything to do with the value or information that you might need. You feel what I'm saying? So again, it's like, yo, did you see what I put on Facebook? No, I don't. you know. And I'm gonna tell you something about Facebook and YouTube, but particularly Facebook, and we're streaming from Facebook. You know, you have some people who, and this how the mentality and the psychology of people on Facebook, they do stuff like this. Some people now listen, not everybody will speak to you every day, and you're not going to speak to people every day, and that's fine. You're not supposed to speak to people every day because you got your own schedule. But you have some people who who have been a crazy distant friend. Like, for example, shout out to my boy Nice that's on the line. Love that dude. June, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And see, the reason why I'm shouting him out is because him and I, we don't speak every day, but we're like-minded. We're heart to heart. We're connected. We're family. That anytime he hit me up, guess what? We act like we spoke since yesterday, but that's because we're family. You feel me? But there's some people who are so distant. You ain't spoken to them since high school. You feel what I'm saying? And watch this. They won't even hit you up, but put a nice picture on Facebook and look like you going somewhere. All of a sudden, heck, they won't even call you on your phone. They'll call you right there through Facebook. Yo, what's up? What's going on? Yo, I'm doing this. Okay, cool. And I'm sitting up there going, all right. You felt the need to want to tell me what you're doing? That's cool. But what happens is that people psychologically feel that you're doing something beyond reach to the point that now they'll call you and hit you up. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got a nice picture, you're sitting on a Rari and they're like, oh, I want to, let me see what D doing there. Let's see what Nice doing. Let's see what Terrell doing. That's why I oftentimes tell people the key to success is keeping your mouth shut, because then you make unnecessary, irrelevant friends. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to make any unnecessary, irrelevant friends, all because of what you have, more or less, know who you are and what you're about. So listen, so what happens is now, when things happen in your mind and things, because of what you've accumulated through school, maybe they called you that you're too fat, or they said you got a big nose, or you have a complex about having nice hair. Some of the pretty people, they used to say, oh, you look like a girl, who's a guys, and they just look like their mom. You know what I'm saying? Or the girls that are pretty, and they fighting over the girls, fighting over the pretty looking girls, or whatever the case be. The guys who, who might be average or whatever the case be, who got nice clothes or whatever. People made them feel like that they were bad or wasn't good enough, all because they were jealous of the outfit that they have. I mean, all this stuff have gone on in the complex of where we lived coming up, because we have people who lived in different type of environment. When I say different environment, I mean people who are in their own individual households, more or less in the complex we call Red Hook or Brevoort or Pink Houses or whatever the hood is in the Bronx or in Brooklyn and in Queens. However, I do understand the mentality that we could obtain because of the environment. That's why I told you about the watches, and to let you know that they fixed the watches up. They fixed their environment of the watches up at the Armory so that they could sell the actual watches. Remember Payless? Payless did the same thing in Florida or California. They called it Palazzi, not Payless. They got a fancy Palazzi, and it's like, all right. And they took a $10 shoe and put it in a $1 million looking setting, and people bought $10 and $1990 shoes and for $600, $1,000. But luckily, as soon as they paid, people from Payless say, oh, can I assure you that's a $1995 shoe that you just paid $600 for? But again, your environment is the thing that would change everything. So this is the reason why we have negative connotations, because if you're in a negative environment all the time, rest assured it's going to get into your subconscious and it's going to get into you. Sometimes I know, even as a preacher and a proclaimer of the gospel, Sunday morning, I already know my do's and don'ts, who to speak to and who not to speak to. Because I don't need to hear any negative, messages or any negative anything before I go and speak to people in my pulpit. I don't need that negative anything. You're going to modify my message, man. You call sometimes I don't know if anybody here ever had somebody who called you and they always have something negative to say about something that they have taken place with them, not about you, but and this person and that person, and we get it. But there's a time and place for everything, And so again, we pick these things up and all of a sudden, slowly but surely, we ourselves become negative. Here's another thing I want to point out to you: anger. Anger, and I'm gonna show you what I said. Anger is a natural, right, through sometimes intense emotional response to perceived threats, injustice, frustrations, or challenges. It's one of the basic human emotion that serve as vital evolutionary purpose, often triggering by a fight or fight to fight reaction, threatening situations. And anger is something that can be like the biggest downfall, because anger is the cousin to satanic things, because depending upon how angry you get, you can black out and really kill somebody, and that's the reason why you have to understand your limitations. But anger is a key ingredient to negative environment and negative space in your mind, because based upon how you felt coming up, and you got I'm sick and tired of this moment, I'm not going to hear this no more. Now you start to adopt negative. You start to adopt their way. You say, I'm going to give you what you're asking for, even though it's not you. The whole idea is to continue to stay the way you are. And I was arguing with myself, I was arguing with myself to somebody in my mind, because I know how a specific individual is, every time I would have a misunderstanding or disagreement, because I oftentimes argue with this person. They work at Hudson Yards and they know who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? And we argue friendly though. And it's not my boy Henry Torres and nobody like that. But we argue. And a lot of times I argue about my point of view. And I say, listen, if I'm a type of person, if I'm going to give you money, even if you're a homeless person, I don't care about what you're going to do with it, because my objective was to give it to you, right? Give you the money, right? But some people are like, yeah, I was going to give that person the money, but I was going to ask them what were they going to do with it. And depending upon what I feel off of them will determine if I give it to them or not. And I say, well, you were never going to give it to them if you didn't, no matter what they would do with it. If it was laid upon your heart to do it, then do it. Just like for me. And I think differently. If there's somebody who don't like me and I think that they're cool and I'm not aware of why they don't like me, I still like them. Why? Because I'm not them. And I don't have no reason not to like them, And if I don't like them now because of something that they don't like about me, meant I never liked them ever. And you can like some people for some specific reason. And yes, everybody got the right to change their mind, But these are the things. In other words, what I just told you was a psychological or what I can call a philosophical, point of view to help you to understand that I leave no room in my mind for negativity by continually being who I am despite anybody else. Does that make sense to you? So if somebody don't like you and you like them, you are still blocking out negativity by not adhering to what they don't like you for. Now watch this. If they don't come and tell you, it ain't your business, because you don't know. Except the fact they look at you literally and roll their eyes, and you're like, okay. And then you go to them and be like, hey, what's up? What's the matter? What's going on? And they're like, I just don't like you. Okay, well, let's talk about this. What makes you not like me? You feel me? What have I done to you for you not to like me? And granted, not everybody's going to like everybody. If you try to reach everybody, you'll wind up reaching nobody. You get what I'm saying? So again, but there's a formula, and that is continue to be yourself. Because if you are a nice person, you're a gracious person. I'm not saying for you to keep getting beat up by the same person over and over and over, because there's sometimes where you just have to just like block a person out. You have to block them out regardless. Block them out. You feel me? And they're going to get more mad and more upset because you're not feeding into that kind of energy. But anger is definitely a key ingredient to the reason why you have people who have negativity in their mind. And watch what happens. Here's the key, y'all. Here's the key. And I'm going to send you to another commercial real quick. Here's the key. After they leave you, they now leave you thinking, why did they think like that? And see, when you think about the aftermath, could make you upset and angry. It make you upset and angry because of what they did. Y'all don't like you. And now you're thinking about the approach. I'm like, I didn't do nothing that was so intense for you to even act like that. Like, what's good with you? Is this good today, y'all? Is this okay? Let me know. Give me the thumbs up. I know some of y'all at work and stuff like that. But is this a good topic? I hope I'm not. Am I making sense to you? And then you're like, what if I? And then now their spirit and their energy smear on you. And now before you know it, you got a piece of anger. You got a piece of negativity. Every time you see them now, you rolling your eyes and you sucking your teeth. You know, you're not even making eye contact with them. You upset. And now something else have now been rented in your mind. Now you're exposed to anger. You're exposed to bitterness. You're exposed to negativity. And now when you're exposed to it again, it becomes common. And so now when you go to around other race, when you go around other atmospheres where you're supposed to be more dignified, or say you're supposed to be more, what I'm saying, corporate, and you're supposed to be more, what I'm saying, you want to make sure that you're together and you're not representing where you come from. Now all of a sudden you're looking at people and you're judging, looking away in that tie. He think you all that. Look at her. She's wearing those shoes. She looks so dignitary today. And now and now all of a sudden you mad with the world. You don't even know the people you mad at. You judging people before you even get a chance to speak to them, because other people's energy have smeared on you, and now have the ability to rent the space of negativity in your mind. Now you become negative not only toward other people, but you become negative toward even yourself. So that when you're trying to feel good, look good, buy something, why am I buying this new outfit? Ain't nobody gonna try to come and chill with me. Why am I buying this new outfit? I ain't really going no place. I ain't gonna be noticed. I. You feel what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden you find yourself having a pity party. But meanwhile, the other side of you, the successful side of you, the more enthusiastic side of you, the more optimistic side of you is like, yo, come on, what you doing? Let's go, champ. Like, hello? Why you sitting up there sobbing for what? You know what I'm saying? We can pick up so much. You feel what I'm saying? And we can adopt so much, and it can live with us so much, to the point that you talk yourself. You ever seen somebody say, I want to do this, I want to do that? I remember when I was trying to get the podcast together, and I'm like, there's so many different departments of what I want to create. Watch this. As soon as I started doing it, I haven't had too many friends come around. I'm like, yo, can you help me out with this video real quick? I want to just do a commercial. I don't want people to just see me too much, And I'm not talking about anybody specific, but there were several people. Yeah, D, I got you. Yeah, D, but they're not around. You feel me? And I'm like, okay, well, I got to do it myself, because if nobody else, listen, at the end of the day, besides God, my kids, and my wife, I'm all I got, And I'm like, I know that there's a tremendous amount of people that's out there that need to hear what you have to say, need to hear what you have, because you have a specific ingredient that nobody could replicate. It cannot be replicated. So listen, real quick, I want to finish this conversation. And if it's good today, y'all, let me know. Sharice, good to see you. Oh, man, let me know if this is good to you today. Give me the hearts. Say something. Leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? And let me see if we have anybody on our YouTube page. No, nobody's on the YouTube yet. But listen, y'all, I want to say this real quick. And let me just go off real quick. This is brought to you by Blade. Fly the future. One thing about Blade is that they are a high-tech, company that if you're trying to get from one place to the next, they can get you there in just 5 minutes. If you're in Manhattan, they can get you to LaGuardia Airport, get you to JFK and Newark Airport. You know what I'm saying? In just 5 minutes. Let's say you had that meeting in Manhattan. It went overboard. It's almost 6 o'clock. You got to be at your at the airport and on the plane by 7:30. Yo, they could get you out there in just 5 minutes for just $195. And by the way, $50 off of that will be taken off if you use my name, Donald F and F. F stands for Francis. They'll take the first $50 off of your first flight. You know what I'm saying? You'll fly the future. I'm telling you, Blade is what it is, y'all. Blade is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So listen, you want to go there, take care of that. Know that they're just beautiful bunch of people. And also, you can also request a little tour around. I mean, high-tech stuff. And one thing I like about them, they're safe. They're not going to go. If it's cloudy out there, you ain't going nowhere. We remember the days of Kobe and stuff like that. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? To Mamba. You know what I'm saying? But we know that at the end of the day, they're like, look, we love our lives too. So go fly the future. One other thing real quick, and I want to get this out the way. My boy, you know what I'm saying, Marlon Reed, is MRP's natural spring water. I don't know if you ever wanted to try it. If you ever tried it before, it is excellent. This is a pure and refreshing, spring water, and it's a refreshing taste, different from any other water. You need to try it for yourself. It's so crisp that you can even taste the spring in the water. You feel what I'm saying? You could taste the spring, and it's 0 calories, 0 minerals. You know what I'm saying? And so listen, this is the future, y'all. Natural spring water, perfect. You can stay hydrated. You can stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Grab you a bottle. And if you want to, order a bottle, go to www.mreedproductions.com. All right? mreedproductions.com. And go get you a bottle. It's so good, y'all. It's off the chain, and it's nothing like some good natural spring water. Let me tell you something. It's kind of hot right here in my studio, and I can go for some good water, though I have some nice hot coffee. But anyway, go and get you a bottle, y'all. It's really, really good. You would love it. So listen, let's continue this dialogue. I don't have any bullets for you today, only because I wanted to be authentic and I wanted to speak from my heart, be vulnerable to you, and share with you my life, and share, and hopefully other people could understand, because I got a solution for what it is that I'm talking to you about, So again, mental space, negative mental space is something that we have to get rid of in 2024. You feel what I'm saying? And I know the way that we can get rid of it. I'm telling you, it's really easy. It's really simple, but you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in, Sometimes you revert back to that little girl, sometimes you revert back to that little boy, because at the end of the day too, whatever it is that they teased you about, your teeth, your nose, your chin, your head. I know I got a big forehead, but I've learned at almost 50 to embrace it. I ain't got nothing to lose. Come on, I'm a grown man, However, the fact of the matter is, sometimes things can cause you, and people can cause you to go back to that thing you thought that you were over. You know what I'm saying? So listen, negative space, those are the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? When you are able to, know negativity for other people, friends who hurt you, relationships who've damaged you. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times what we have to know is to know something is to be able to do something about it. And I like the Bible where it says, when I was a child, I thought as a child, when I became an adult, I put away the childish thinking and things. Like I said, the Bible is just as practical, just as well as it is spiritual, But when I started to think as, and I grew up, I started to think as an adult, and I put away the childish thinking. That means anything that they've ever, teased about me, no matter what it is that teacher says I wouldn't be, what I'm saying? No matter the reading level, no matter the dyslexia, no matter what, I put away those childish things, and I take up the adult-like thinking and person. And now I begin to come to you. And that's the reason why, for me, rather you know it or not, this is a miracle for me to be able to come out, and people like, but you're a pastor, you've been speaking in front of people. Every time I speak in front of people, what's natural to you is revelatory for me. Can I say it like that? You feel what I'm saying? It's revelatory for me. It's revelation. You get what I'm saying? Why? Because I know I have to work 10 times harder sometimes to do stuff that natural people do, on a regular basis. You get what I'm saying? Blessings, Tiff, that's on YouTube. I love her. She's here. Hey, you feel what I'm saying? And so again, when we think about, negative mental space, sometimes the negative mental space, could I assure you, it's not even your fault. There's some things that you've picked up since you were a kid, some things that people said about you, you believed, some things family members said about you, some things mama probably said to you, from people in your building said to you. It goes deep down the rabbit hole for some people, and you kept that, and then now, especially as a man, it was hard for me to, become a husband, because I had to learn how to be a husband. Number one, what do I mean? I had to learn how to carry people. I had to learn how to be the less than for people to be the more. You feel what I'm saying? So again, I had to put away the childish thinking, because sometimes even your spouses can say something that can trigger what haunted you as a little boy. You see what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes people can haunt you, and they come back and say something that will trigger, hit a nerve, hit a soft spot, and then all of a sudden now you go to jail because they didn't understand to what magnitude, that phrase took you. They say sticks and stones can break my bones, words that never hurt. That's cap. And for those of you who don't understand what cap is, that means it's a lie. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because depending upon who it come from will determine how effective it can be. You feel what I'm saying, y'all? And so real quick, let me just say this so I can almost finish up on my dialogues. I want to go in. Don't forget Yolanda Brathwaite, who have her ebook that's online, which is right there on it's on Amazon, just $12.99. She got some really, really good stuff coming up, like her Manifestation and Faith Mocktail Brunch. It's right there. It's going to be on February 17th. 2024 start at noon to 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? More on that. All you got to do is just, email us, give me the description. I'll get all the information for you for Yolanda. All right. So I just want to say that real quick so that we can go down. That's our commercial. And if you want something let me ask you a question. Would you like to have your ad advertised here on Manifest Thoughts Podcast? All you got to do is go to manifestthoughts888@gmail.com. You writing a book, send the advertisement. You doing a movie, send the advertisement. Watch this. You have a new YouTube channel, send an advertisement. Guess what? You want people to follow you on TikTok, send the advertisement, and I'll be more than happy to be able to do it for you. So let's get back into this dialogue. I just want everybody to understand. I want you to have a better mind. Can we just talk? Can y'all just leave me alone? Let me just talk, because again, there's some things I thought that I was over. And I never knew I had negative, mental space in my mind that allowed for me to become bitter. Sometimes you won't speak to family. Sometimes you haven't spoken to other people in a long time. Things happen to you and it pile up on top of what it is that have been an internal and all of the buildup and pile up that you've had internally. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why we got to be careful. I want to say this to all of you who are pursuing relationship, pursuing, yourself. Don't go into a relationship until you've been over the last one, because it will help you create negative connotation in your mind. You cannot do good on a third of yourself, because the rest of who you are, you give to the person that you're with. And so if you depart or part ways with that other person, you can't let that person walk away with your heart. Got to go back and get that. Your mental, got to go back and get that. Pieces that you have taken from you to give to other people, you got to take those back when you part ways, because you cannot do good on a half you. You can't do good on a third you. Watch this, not just relationships, but how about friends? Listen, you've given yourself in pieces to friends. I don't mean your body physically. I just simply means, you've given time, where when you grow with people in time, they become more friends. They become family, but if things don't work out, you got to understand this. Sometimes you got to go back and take the pieces back so that when it's time for you to encourage yourself, you won't hurt yourself in the interim. So these are the elements. I'm gonna have a part 2 to this tomorrow, y'all. Because again, I think that this is and Tiff, can you please just give me a call? I really want you to be a special guest co-host, because she got so much value. Words deeply hurt, like she said. And I'm telling y'all, man. Some things can hurt you, make you angry, make you bitter, and then come negativity. You see the layers. You get hurt, you become angry. On top of that, you become negative and bitter. On top of that, negativity on top of that. And then now it's hard for anybody to break through the shell, which would be the next person in your life. Get over the last person before you pursue the new or be pursued by the new. You feel me? And ladies, make sure that you're the one that's being pursued. Don't go pursuing no dude. That's backwards. That's not what God intended. You know what I'm saying? Don't be putting no ring on no dude's finger. It's backwards. He put the ring on you. You're the gift. You feel what I'm saying? He's a gift to you, but you're the gift that God have given to him. You feel me? So don't go around trying to put no, because you're trying to get married fast. And then when it doesn't work out, now you upset with God. You know what I'm saying? No, don't go study your craft. You know what I'm saying? Study what it is that you study the person first. Who you rushing for? Your family member? Your sister? Your brother? Just to prove that you can get married? Just because nobody else have got married in your life don't mean that you're not going to be able to get married because they wasn't married in your family. That's a negative connotation. Another one. Because now you think, you know what I'm saying, that so many people, you feel what I'm saying, are laughing at you because you can't get this person, you can't get that person. Now you strive to keep this person for other people's sake, not even for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? I want to tell you something. I was so happy when I got a chance to get the LLC off of Trailer Band and stuff like that. But I realized that the price that they give you will make you feel like that the price is all you need, But then once you pay your first price, then you got to pay for something else. You got to pay for something else. You got to pay, you know what I'm saying? But you don't notice until after you step in it. And what am I saying? I'm saying that there's some things you'll never ever discover until after you step in it. You will never ever know a person in their entirety until after you've lived with them. You know, before y'all came into a relationship, he's like, yo, you want cheese on that girl? Y'all remember Martin? You know what I'm saying? She's like, babe, you want your dinner? I got you. Slippers at the door. But after you discover that you might not be as compatible as you thought it would be, now this is what you do. You try to pretend that you are compatible when you're around other people. But then when you're not around other people, you're like, what have I done? You're not doing this. Now he's not asking you, do you want cheese on that? You're not coming to the door with slippers anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Again, for those of you who are single, embrace your singleness and embrace and love you first so that you can be loved by somebody else. And you'll know what true love is. Why did I say this? I'm telling you this because these are the things that will cause negative space in your mind. And then when you get married, now you're negative. You don't even know if it can work. You don't know if because you've picked up so much that you have to be you. If you're going to be nice to somebody and you're going to give somebody money, no matter whether they're on drugs, you know what I'm saying? And I like the way Tiff said it. She says, listen, therapy is so important. You feel what I'm saying? You have to give me. I got you. All right. I got you, my sis. I got you. You know? And so again, y'all, I just want for our people in 2024. I'm gonna have part 2. Can y'all join me tomorrow? Because listen, y'all, we're gonna have people. I want people in 2024. You know, our people angry. I want you to have a prosperous life. Manifest what you want. You can't manifest anything good being bitter. You know what manifestation is? It's bringing a thought and or an idea into your reality. But I'm going to tell you what manifestation will do. It will change you because you got to become the thing you want to see so that you can get the thing that you desire. You can't be a negative person and expect for people to be nice to you and come and buy your book and come and see your movie and come and support your merchandise or go to your restaurant. You have to be in the people's business. But in order for you to love people, in order for you to treat people wholly, right? And I mean kind in its fullness, you got to learn how to do that for you first and go get your pieces back because you can't give anything you don't have, you know? And I'm going to tell you, for those of you, I'm not trying to, and I love what Tiffany said, let God join you and that person together. You feel what I'm saying? There we go. Let God join you in that person. You know, and listen, that's why prayer is so cool. Communication is so cool. And I'm going to tell you something. This is your new thing. And I want you all to write this down because it's 11:22 before we land the plane. I want to engage with some of you guys. Listen, you want to write this down. Stop trying to have a conversation with someone you desire. It doesn't have to be just a lover who will be a potential wife and husband. But how about a best friend, right? And a cool person. I want to call out my boy, you know, Jay Rosario, you know, Henry Torres, and among others. I mean, these guys, not only are they married, you know, and rather you're single, you're still a good person, but the people that they hang around are so like-mindedness. You know, they're like-minded to their lives. It makes sense. The people that they hang around, because the same people that they hang around are just like them. You feel what I'm saying? And yo, it's just clean people. I can just hug them, man, because those are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I just enjoy people who are healthy mentally. It don't make no sense for you to be working out in a gym, right? I done messed up my time. It make no sense for us to be working out in a gym. Get your aesthetics together. But here, you are messed up. You got to be together here first. Get you together. Listen, watch this. Disappear for about 6 months to get you together to make a comeback. You ain't going to miss nothing. The same people you left, they're going to be doing the same thing when you come back. If they're not like-minded. This is the stuff that create mental space in your mind. You know, that will become negative and bitter. You got to get yourself. People help cause you this way, right? And then some things you picked up and you allow for it to become a habit. Now you got to fight you and fight other people. And now you got to fight people who are for your well-being. You're going to always think that somebody's talking about you. You're going to always think that somebody's against you. You're going to always think that somebody's trying to, kill your idea because you've adopted negativity in your mental space. Mental health is important. Go see it. Go seek a psychiatrist. Come talk to a leader. Come talk to somebody who care about you. And I want you all to understand, I care about our people. Stop fighting your sister. Make amends with your brother. And this is how it works. If you apologize to somebody, make sure you have what they call an effective apology. What is an effective apology? When you say, I apologize to you, right? You have to also acknowledge what you are apologizing for. That is what you consider to be a effective apology. Some of y'all going around saying, look, if I offended you, I'm sorry. Negro, you know you offended that person. You know you did that. Okay? So apologize, and you know why you did it. Go back and say, I'm sorry. I said this about you. I didn't mean to say it about you. I said it about you. I did that to you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Please forgive me. I did that. You're a good friend. You're a good sister. You're a good brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Again, understand what an effective apology is all about. And when you apologize, you start to feel good in your spirit. You start to feel good. And if they don't, watch this, if they don't accept it, it's no longer on you, champ. If they don't accept it, it's no longer on you. Let God deal with them. Leave them to God. Leave them to themselves. So stop going around saying, I'm a negative person, I'm a bad person, because they don't want to accept my apology. If they don't want to accept it, still treat them with kindness and move on. Yo, listen, I want to give a shout out real quick, y'all. If this was good, do me a favor, y'all. Give me the thumbs up in the description. I don't know. Hopefully, they'll straighten out the issue and stuff that we have on our business line, because they're saying that they can't find us. So I have to go back and maybe fix the preliminaries or whatever the case may be. And, but listen, I want to give a shout out to Tiff, on YouTube. I want to give a shout out to my boy Egberto for watching. Sylvia, my boy Nice. That's my bro all day. I love you, bro. Ray Harper, thank you for tuning in. He tuned in yesterday, back with me today. That's what I'm talking about. My boy Terrell Scott. Look out for Terrell Scott. You're going to see him on a lot of skits and stuff like that. William A. Martin, good to see you. Nicole Harris, hey. June, good to see you. Oh, Deaconess Francis on the line. That's my mom. Hey. Sharice, good to see you again. Thank you for even coming in. Carolyn McLean, good to see you. Who else we got here? Nakia Isaac, wow. Y'all on the line today. Wow. Michelle, good to see you. Ralph, my boy Ralph. What's up, Ralph? Oh, man, good to see you. That's a blessing right now. Ebony, I said, what's up to you? Good to see you. Shelly Sheraton, hey. She helped raise me, y'all. Yeah. Ketta, what's up, Winthrop? Good to see you, sir. Good to see all of y'all. I'm glad to see you all. Thank y'all for coming in and tuning in. I really appreciate all of you. Listen, y'all, part 2 tomorrow. Y'all know we start at exactly 10:30 Monday through Friday. All right. Monday. This is my job, y'all. This is what I do. I'm glad to be able to do this. I'm glad to be here to be able to do this. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm trying to figure out, what is this thing? Is it something on my neck? What's going on? So listen, y'all, I wanted to say, get rid of negative thinking. And I'm going to have some good templates for you tomorrow. Get rid of negative thinking, y'all. Don't allow for negativity to become toxic in your mind, in your life, in your family. It doesn't make any sense, y'all, for 2024 to allow for you to go angry, Stop looking for other people to change. The thing that you can change is you. That's the part you can change. Work on the part that you can control. Don't try to control anybody else to be like you. You might even know why people are going through what they're going through. You might even know what they may need to give up in order for them to become better. But if you both have been arguing for so long, they're not going to be receptive to you. So the only thing you have to do is keep praying, write stuff down, treat them in a manner that's going to be nice. Let me tell you, the opposite of anger is love, joy, peace, happiness. Anger don't want no parts of happiness, but you can show kindness to a person, and they're going to have a moment where they break. They're going to have a moment. Just got to keep it up, y'all. And don't allow for nobody to turn you around from being who you are. Tomorrow, I want to talk about this part 2. So look out for the thumbnail. And thank you all for commenting on the thumbnail. I got to straighten out this thing on my business line. And listen, don't forget my online course is coming out real good. It's called The Cake Method. It's going to help people understand that there are 4 stages to your life that you gotta conquer. You know, vision. You know what I'm saying? The elements that you need to make up who you are. You know, knowing what transformation process you need to make with patience. You know, knowing how to market yourself to become a brand. You know what I'm saying? And that they cut a piece of that cake to say, wow, this was good. This is good for me. And I promise you, you will love it. You'll need it. And it's for you. Listen, y'all. It's your boy, Donald Francis, y'all. Tiff, thank you. I love y'all. Please meet me tomorrow at 10:30, y'all. Get yourselves together. Go and look out for the video that we just put out yesterday. It's called Be On Time. So be on time tomorrow, y'all. It's your boy, Donald Francis. I love y'all. All right. Peace, everybody. Love you today.